In the first season of Invincible, we were introduced to the half-man, half-machine creatures of Dr. Sinclair, known as the Reanimen, who appeared to most people to not only give Mark a challenging fight, but also managed to bring down and make Nolan struggle for a few minutes when he was looking for Mark in Season 1. Later in Season 2, we see that Cecil has taken Dr. Sinclair under his wing to create more Reanimen in the hopes of using them as a contingency against the Viltrumites, but instead of using living people, using dead soldiers.
Dead soldiers, serving their country one last time, thanks to that monster over there.
And before I dive into any more Season 3 content, I'm giving a spoiler warning, so click off now if you haven't seen Season 3 yet. In Season 3, we are welcomed back to Cecil's Reanimen during Mark's confrontation with Cecil. Mark seems to be able to rip through these Reanimen like they are paper, and they appear to be weaker in strength to Mark in Season 3 compared to their encounter in Season 1. So this begs the question, are the Reanimen weaker? And my answer is simply no. Let me explain. In Season 1, Reanimen at best were only able to bruise Mark, and if we look at most of the fights and injuries that Mark receives throughout Season 1 and 2, the Reanimen do the least amount of damage to Mark, who at this point in the show had just gotten his powers and most of the time was holding back, I'd say, a majority of his strength, which leads to him taking more L's than he probably would have liked to. And if we additionally look at Nolan in Season 1, we see him take no damage from the Reanimen, and they were more like an annoyance than an actual threat to him. Not to mention, they attacked Nolan when he was worn down by multiple weapons that Cecil used against him to prevent him from reaching Mark, and he was still able to dispatch them within seconds. In both of these scenarios, Reanimen are shown to pack a very small punch when they are in numbers, but when it comes to their durability, they are nothing more than a Lego set, and this is just their base level in Season 1 from what I can see. As I said before, in Season 2, Cecil takes over this project of making more Reanimen, and I've seen a lot of groups saying that Cecil might have sacrificed quality over quantity to cut corners to save money when it comes to making these creatures in bulk, because they are the government in this universe, but in my opinion, Cecil has shown that he never cuts corners, and he certainly doesn't take the cheap way out when it comes to saving the world. So at baseline, Cecil would have either kept these Reanimen the same, or he would have improved the quality since the Season 1 version was a prototype. In Season 3, these Reanimen are donning a gold color, which could be pointing at an improvement in material possibly, and I've seen people say that it was probably a cheaper quality metal that they were using on these Reanimen. But we also say in Season 3 that Mark improved by 138 strength by this point in Season 3, but in my opinion, I don't think this matters too much, because I think Mark could have ripped them apart like paper in Season 1, just like he did in Season 3, and his improvement in strength just made it all the more easier. Just to end this, the Reanimen are not weaker, they were just never that of an opposing threat in general, and Mark getting stronger made that even more easier for him to tear them to shreds. But thanks for watching, guys, and feel free to like and subscribe and drop in the comment what you'd like to see next, and feel free to continue the discussion within the comments, and you have a good one. See you next time.